What is going on, YouTube? It's been a little while since I've posted any videos. I think it's almost a month now. So I figured it was a good time to do a quick little channel update, let you know what's going on with the channel, and let you know what my plans are for the new year. First things first, though, I was finally able to complete my series of 24 NASCARs, finishing it up with this 1967 Chevy Chevelle, decked out in the Intimidator colors of Dale Earnhardt Sr., who is by far my favorite NASCAR driver of all time. This was a fun little build, and it turned out really, really well. I was very pleased with how it turned out. And you can see this car, along with all the other cars I made, over on 3D Botmaker's channel sometime next year, and they will all be competing in a tournament. So make sure you look out for those notifications when they come around. I actually finished this car up probably a month and a half ago, but I just haven't had time to do the voiceover, so I'm not going to be posting any videos on it or anything. This is going to count as the video, and we'll just move on from there. As usual, the decals I used for this one, I got off of eBay from RWNEFF1. He makes some fantastic decals, and I highly recommend them. If you're over on eBay, go check out his eBay store, and he's got a lot of cool stuff on there. Speaking of some awesome decals, while I was doing this series over on Instagram, Boogieman Customs got a hold of me, and he would give me some tips and pointers as I progressed through all these cars. So thank you, Boogieman. I appreciate all the tips that by the end of this series, I thought my cars were looking pretty good. But he gave me a huge tip on where to get some decals. Not just any decals. You can get some custom decals of pretty much whatever you want from Nesto Customs. So I shot him a message over on Instagram, told him I was interested in some custom decals for some Hot Wheels, and he came up with these, which were pretty sweet. And you send him what you want, what your plans are on where you want to put it on the car, and he sends you a full sheet of decals. So he made these for me, and I'll tell you what, they are fantastic. And I just decked out a car with these decals, and you'll probably be seeing it a little later on, maybe next year, probably over on Instagram, not so much on YouTube though, but I'll get into more of that a little bit later. So if you're on Instagram, go check out Nesto Customs and Boogieman Customs. These guys do some amazing work, and definitely worth going over there and checking them out. So probably one of the biggest questions is about the Trans Am Series and what is going on with that. Well, back in August when I announced it, I said the deadline to get the cars in was October 1st, and there was a very good reason for that. I had 2 weeks of vacation right after August 1st, where I was going to run all the races, do all the editing, and put it all together and do all the stuff. Unfortunately, there was a work emergency that called me out of town for about 2 months, and I definitely missed my window to get these races done. I've been trying to get the races done piece by piece here and there, and it just hasn't worked out. I probably should have canceled it then, but I thought I could make it work, which hasn't worked out too well. I've been struggling to get everything filmed. I've been struggling to get the time to edit the videos for the races and even the qualifying. So this whole series has been plagued with all kinds of mishaps. I actually got the qualifying done, and I thought that turned out pretty well. It was pretty bare bones. Filmed it off my phone, and you know what? It's qualifying, and I got it done. So I actually got a chance to film some of the races for race 1 at least, and it was going all right until the 3rd series when I started having some camera issues, and for whatever reason my camera has failed, and I was only able to record probably the first 2.5 segments of the race. and now I have no camera to film the races. So I think this is all saying something. Unfortunately, the Trans Am Series is going to be canceled. Just too many problems, and it's just not working out the way I want it to, and I've decided to just cut my losses and be done with it. I apologize to all of you who have sent cars in. There are some amazing cars that have been sent in that people spend a lot of time on, and I can't tell you how sorry I am that I'm not going to be able to complete this series, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. If there's somebody out there that wants to pick up the Trans Am Series and run with it, you're more than welcome to. But for those of you that sent cars in, if you want your cars back, shoot me an email, nero62@yahoo.com, so I can get the proper information and where to send your cars to. I will send them all back just because it's the right thing to do. If you sent some stuff in for prizes, I will send those back to you as well. And I will say, please, please, please email me so I can send these cars back to you. I have more than enough cars of my own, and I do not want these hanging around taking up a bunch of space, because they are yours and they are not mine. So, unfortunately, I had some very grand ideas for this Trans Am Series, but I'm not going to be able to see them through. And again, I apologize, and I will apologize profusely till the day I die about not being able to complete this series. I feel incredibly bad about it, but for my own sanity and everything else, it is probably best to just move on and leave the racing to the professionals, such as 3D Bot Maker, Diecast 64, and Rhino over at the Sub 4 RA channel. So that brings me to what's going on with the channel and what are my plans for the new year. Well, I'm going to be stepping away from YouTube, probably not permanently, at least for several months. And if I'm being totally honest, making these videos and all that stuff has actually started to feel like another job, and instead of being something that I could go and help take my mind off my job, it's become more of a burden and a huge time sink that I don't have time for anymore, unfortunately. I'm still going to be making customs, and if I'm working on something really cool, I'll probably make a video about it and post it. But if it's just another NASCAR where I'm throwing some decals on a car or something like that, I'll probably just post it to Instagram. I plan to start doing a lot more stuff on Instagram than YouTube. It's a lot easier to make a custom, take a few pictures of it, and then post it to Instagram, than trying to film the process and edit the video and do the voiceover. For a 10 to 15 minute video, you have probably 5 hours of work that goes into it. And unfortunately, I just don't have that time to invest into making these videos anymore. But I think it'll be a good thing going over to Instagram, and it'll be good for my sanity anyway. I get off of work and I come home like, all right, I got to build this, I got to get this done, I got to get that done, and then I got to post it, and it's just, there's no break. So it used to be, hey, make these videos, make these customs. It would get me away and not thinking about work, and it would be kind of my take me to my happy place. But it hasn't been so happy recently. It's been more of a job, and I think it's just better to do it this way. You're probably not going to see me much on YouTube anymore, although I will be around and leaving comments here and there over on the Sub 4 RA channel and over on 3D Bot Maker's channel. But you will see me over on Instagram, though. You probably see me quite a bit over there, so feel free to go check out my Instagram page and let me know what you think. But I just want to thank all of you guys and the Diecast community for all the support. It's been a fun ride, although I'll still be around here and there. But just thank you guys. It is a fantastic community, and I appreciate all the support that you guys have shown. And again, I apologize about the Trans Am Series. send me an email with your information so I can get your cards back to you, and we will go from there. So anyway, I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas and a safe and amazing new year, and hopefully 2020 is a fantastic year for all of you. And we will see you on the next one.